Welcome back to SportsZone. You know who I am, and I'm joined by Cooper Lyday and Dom Franks as we talk about spring training starting, guys. We're only 5 games into spring training, so it's pretty early, but who's impressed you so far for the Rangers?
In my opinion, first, I like the play from Sam Haggerty. Kind of unexpected, and I definitely think the Rangers have overperformed, in my opinion. And he's had about 4 total hits, so 1 run coming from that. But in one of his 2 games that he's played, he has had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Kind of impressive.
That type of it's small sample size, so you have to look at the individual games. And a game like that, it's impressive from a fringe roster guy. Dom, who stood out for you so far?
I also have to go with Sam. I mean, he is doing really well. He already has a double, and he's taken 5 bases and has a run. So, you know, with the current batting average of 800 maybe changed now that they just played a game. But also another player that I'd like to talk about is Danny Jansen. He is had the lone home run for the Rangers. Again, they just played earlier today. But yeah, he was also pretty impressive in that game.
You always like to see the veteran catchers getting going in spring training. Like to see the hits from the home run from catcher. You love to see that. But I mean, what's disappointed you guys so far? 5 games into spring training. Again, not huge sample, but
first I got to mention it's a small sample, but like Nathan Eovaldi, 2 home runs in 2 innings. It's like, you know, they're still ramping up, but it's a little concerning. But also another one, it's not more talent because of injury. Cody Freeman. I was kind of looking how he would get into that like second base battle, but that kind of set him back a little bit.
Yeah, that injury was tough. You never want to see a guy who could start for you coming into the season getting injured, and a 3-month injury with a fractured back. That's rough to see. I know, Dom, you were really excited for him.
I actually, behind the scenes, I did have him as my impressive player
for a breakout.
To look out, as a breakout. And then I saw on the 21st, they announced that he got an injury, and he's out for 3 months. But an actual disappointment that I can actually talk about.
You're not disappointed in him for getting injured.
Yeah, he just got injured. Nothing he can throw about that. He's known as a slow starter, but Corey Seager, I mean, that's just a name you know. Even if you don't know baseball, but you're from Texas, you know Corey Seager. In 3 games at 5 at-bats, he hasn't hit the ball 1 time. And he even has a strikeout already on the – I mean, it's just spring training. But having a strikeout in spring training as a known name for a Texas Ranger, that's just disappointing.
Especially when you're kind of the bridge between the 2 eras, because we moved so many of the veterans from the team, and Seager's kind of that last guy standing. And to start off disappointing, it's not great. You want him in the real season, you want him to start hitting the ball. That's scary. But I think you mentioned something really interesting. You were interested to see how he got in the second base battle, you know, the position battle there. What other positions do you think are kind of up for grabs in the spring training?
Other than second base, I got to mention the 5th starting pitching spot. I'm a little interested with that. There's a couple little candidates. So you got Jacob Blatz, Kumar Rocker, and I'm kind of interested in how, if he can impress Cal Quantrill, non-roster invitee. It's going to take a lot, but, you know, you got to keep it at the top of the mind, maybe.
That's fair, Dom. Who out of those starting pitchers do you think could have a chance at that, you know, the higher chance of that 5th spot?
Yeah, I mean, with the rookie Lyday actually taking a spot now, I mean, even if it's not technically set in stone, we know
we know Jack Lyday started.
We know he's taking a spot. I personally really like Rocker. I mean, an incredible ceiling if he can actually get there. He went 4-5 and has an ERA of 5.74 in his starts, in his 14 starts, I think, as a minor leaguer. And I mean, that's just great. I mean, to see a pitcher do that and just to have that as, like, you know, a building block that you can go off of, it's just insane. And I mean, he was optioned only twice, so I mean, that's good.
The Kumar Rocker story is so interesting. Jack Lyday and Kumar Rocker are kind of 2 sides of the same coin. You know, you have Jack Lyday and Kumar Rocker, both elite prospects coming into college, and then Kumar Rocker has the injuries where he signs with the Mets and then his deal gets canceled and goes back to college, and a lot of, you know, a rocky path in the minors and everything. But with Jack Lyday, he was kind of dominant from day one. And they both are going to probably take a starting spot for this Rangers team. I'm really excited to see how they go. But another player I think is a young player I'm excited to see is Evan Carter, because, you know, World Series heroics in 2023, and then last year, not that great. Do you think that he could bounce back this year?
I'm actually hoping that's one of my breakout players. Like, it's like not really because we haven't seen his skill. We've definitely seen it. It's just a bit riddled with injuries. And I think, in my opinion, he definitely can get back to that skill and be a consistent all-star for the Rangers in the future.
And you really want that because you need those building blocks both in the pitching staff and in the position players. And right now the Rangers have a couple in the pitching staff, but the position players you want a little bit more from their young players, I'd say. And Evan Carter is a big piece of that. But, let's talk about the new manager. New manager in Texas, and it's Skip Schumacher, former player. I was shocked when I saw the name. I was like, he's managing already? He's already coaching? I feel so old. But he's really, harped in on a more, cautious style at the plate, more defensive, getting more out of at-bats. How do you guys feel that style is, translated as we've gotten into spring training?
I think I've definitely seen it working already. Like, we've seen a large amount of hits and being able to turn like those large amount of hits and like getting on base into those runs. And I appreciate it's like they're manufacturing runs out of this instead of just like swinging for the fences and just being like more cautious with it.
That's fair. I think in today's game you have to be more analytical with your approach. And I mean, how do you feel about the Skip Schumacher approach so far?
I mean, I like it for a team that has a pretty good defense altogether. But I mean, just as a fan of the sport, I personally, in any sport, I love offense. So like,
you want to see those home runs?
Yeah, those 50 home runs in this season or whatever. I mean, those are just that's my style. And I mean, but it's a good. I mean, if you have that defense and you have that fielding and you have that pitching, you don't need to be insane at bat.
Sadly, sometimes your teams have to play boring. As much as we as fans want those home runs all the time, sometimes it makes more sense for the Rangers to play a little bit more cautious. And I think, sadly, this is a team that makes more sense with the pitching and the defense to play a little bit more cautious.
And with such like an old team as the Rangers, I mean, it fits the
they're not
style.
Running. They're not running and swinging hard at their old age.
Yeah, they're old. I mean. It used to be a very old team. Only probably with this year, it came in with we have a bunch of rookies and stuff that were ready to go out since they sent everyone else away.
We're really trying to get into that new era, but I want to stay back a little bit in the veterans. I want to get the old guys some love.
Yeah, I want to go back to the old stadium.
Yes. What veterans do you think could impress for this team that have been in spring training so far?
I'm a little interested in Mark Dana. I'm interested in how he plays because I know he's kind of struggled recently. I want to see him maybe have a return to form and possibly be that like power hitter for he was like he used to be, and maybe even back up at first base or outfielder.
I was about to say, Dom, if you want power, Mark Hanna, that's someone you want. You want those home runs. When he was on the A's, he was a machine with the home runs, but he did struggle recently, But are there any veterans that impress you, Dom?
I mean, we've talked about him a lot, but Haggerty, I mean, is he that old? No, he's not. But, he has experience. He's been around the league. So, I mean, just if you can get him out and into, like, his form, then he'll probably bring us to wherever we want to be.
That's fair, and I think you mentioned my other pick for a veteran that is impressive. That's Danny Jansen. I think Danny Jansen is as a backup catcher or maybe even a platoon guy is someone who could really improve the team. I think when he was with the Blue Jays, I really liked what he did. I liked his bat, and I think that I'm really looking forward to what he does with the Rangers. But I mean, speaking of this team, how do you guys think we're going to do this year? Do you have high expectations going into the year, or with this younger core, do you think that this is a year where you're kind of like, I just want to see the ride?
In my opinion, I think we definitely have a good shot at the playoffs and competing in the West. I feel like it has to be playoffs. Like we've definitely improved we have a solid pitching rotation, pretty good. And then I think we've definitely grown in our offense. We've not just more stability under our new Skip Schumacher. I definitely think playoffs are.
Wow, okay, those are some high expectations, Cooper. I can't lie. Dom, do you share those expectations? Is it playoff or bust for you in this year?
I don't think it's playoff or bust necessarily, but I mean, I do say that, it is a young core, and that's just not how the game is played. You don't draft these players and then, okay, we're winning now. So it's like, give him a couple of years, and it is his first year as the manager. So I say, take the ride. They're developing a new system in Texas. Just do what you can if we do make it to playoffs. I mean, we don't have a losing record right now. We are 3-2 in, again, spring training. But still, you have a young core, you have standouts. So just play the game. If you make the playoffs, hey, that's great. It shows you have talent, and it shows that you have the drive to make it. Make some more draft picks, let these younger guys get a little bit more experience under their belt. And there you go. A World Series again, probably, I'd say in the next 10 years.
Oh, okay. We're guaranteeing a World Series? That's some high guarantee. But, I mean, Cooper, do you think that this pitching core is one of the best in the league? Because that's kind of been, our hopes are on the pitching staff this season. Do you think that this is one of the top 3 in the league?
In my opinion, it has to be up in the conversation. I'm maybe bordering on that. I definitely think so. We got Mackenzie Gore, we got Jack Leiter, Nathan Eovaldi, Jacob deGrom, and that potential fifth starter. I think it's definitely deep, and I think it should definitely be in the conversation, no doubt.
I mean, Dom, do you think it's a top 3 pitching staff?
I mean, I've already given my praises to Jack. So I mean, Gore isn't bad either. Eovaldi is obviously not bad at all, and then deGrom is probably one of the more better underrated pitchers in the league. And I mean, just those 4, then put it in your 5th, then you probably, have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball.
Man, I miss prime deGrom. Man, that's the best pitcher I've ever seen live. I don't care about anyone else in the league. That is the best pitcher I've seen live. I hope he gets some of that form back with us. But sadly, that is all the time we have to talk about Rangers. Hopefully it's playoffs this season. We'll see. Next block, we will be talking about the Winter Olympics for the final time. So join me after these commercial messages.